Hey there everyone, welcome back to the Indus Trader YouTube channel. In this video, we're gonna to talk about trend lines and how to draw trend lines. Especially this video is divided into four segments. In this first segment, we are talking about trend, and especially in this we're gonna to cover uptrend, downtrend and sideways. And in the second segment, we're gonna to see how to draw trend lines, especially lot of doubts regarding this, like many people argue whether we should go with wicks or whether we should go with candle body, and especially about psychology, which trend line is correct, how much angle it should be. So we're going to explain everything about it, and especially most frequent asked questions will also be covered in this. And coming to third segment is about trend reversal. So how to identify the trend reversal using the trend lines or like any indicator. So I'm going to also say my personal best choice to identify the trend reversals. And the fourth segment is different trends in different time frames. Might be you also have been into this, like one higher time frame is showing one trend and lower time frame is showing the other trend. So this is usually I gonna to also show you side by side comparison in this. So without wasting any time, let's directly jump into the video. Welcome back guys. Now let's discuss about type of trends. In type of trends we have usually have three trends, that is uptrend, downtrend and sideways. So let's discuss one after the each. And most important, this is not a random video. If you have come to this video randomly, then do consider that this is a basic technical analysis course and complete playlist, and this is one of that videos. So try to watch the previous videos and try to check out the playlist for complete basic videos from the scratch. So we have already explained about the trends, but let me recap it. In uptrend we usually say this is a low and this is a high. Okay, so if we want to say that a particular stock or asset class is in uptrend, then this is the important formation we have to watch out. That is, it formed a higher low. This is a low and the next closing low is higher compared to this low, and this high is higher compared to this high. So here if you see, it formed a higher low and higher high, and again the followed by, again we have seen a higher low and higher high. So this is called uptrend. So in the uptrend you keep your learning very simple and try to identify this. You can simply identify by naked eye just by seeing this formation. Just you have to remember that if you see any stock making higher lows and higher highs, then that is said to be uptrend. So you can say that stock is in uptrend. Okay, so this is very important. And coming to, I'm gonna to also cover value area, where to buy, where to sell. Don't to worry, we're gonna to also discuss about that. So let us cover all the trend concepts now. And coming to very important thing, this particular higher lows in a uptrend, you can make a notes as well. In uptrend, higher lows are value areas. So you can note it down. All the higher lows are value areas. So why I am calling it value area, you will come to know in next few minutes. So let's go to downtrend. So you can see we have covered uptrend, and uptrend we have said that if particular script is making higher lows and higher highs, then it is called uptrend. In just inverse to it, reverse to it, if a script is making lower lows and lower highs, then it is called downtrend. So very simple, same, this is a high and this is a low of stock, and coming particular, if you compare with this high, this is the lower high, and compared to this low, this is the lower low. And similar way, if you compare everything here, this every high made is comparatively low with the previous one. You have to compare with the previous high, and if you compare with the previous low, everything is low, right? This low and this low is lower than this, and this low is lower than this, and this low is lower than this. So here lower high is a value area in downtrend, and in uptrend higher low. Yes, higher low is value area in uptrend. So you have to just remember this. In within few minutes you're going to know why I am saying this as well. This is sideways. So what is sideways? Yes, we have seen two trends, that is one uptrend and downtrend. So neither of this, like if is uptrend is something which is making higher lows and higher highs, and downtrend is something which is making lower lows and lower highs. If a stock is not making higher high and higher low formation, or lower high or lower low formation, then it is called a sideways market. In the sideways market, we usually represented it with a range. Like this is the range where the particular script is trading in a range. So in the range we usually trade at resistance. When it goes to resistance, when we know this is a range, then we usually sell at the above and we will buy below. We will buy again below and we will sell above. This is the approach we use. And most of the members, if you are a conservative trader, many peoples will don't trade this particular range in the sideways market. They call it as no trading zone. So we're going to also discuss about that. But as of now, remember that sideways is something, it is neither uptrend formation nor downtrend formation. It remains in a range and making no particular structure. You can see this is low, this is high, and you can see equal low and lower high, and higher low and equal high, and again it make lower. So complete, it's in a range. So you remember that it's completely in a range. It is called sideways market or range bound market. And the most important thing you have to remember is the trend is your friend until its end. Just note it down. I will explain you why. Okay. So here is examples. Let's see the uptrend examples. Let me show you in the stock. This is low and this is high. And if you see, market made a high and it come back and it continued its rally. Okay, do you agree? Now compare to this low, it made a new low that is higher than the previous one. That is higher than the previous one. And it breached out the high and made a new higher high, and again it got a new low, and again it formed a new low. And if you again see that this low is higher than the previous one, compared to this low, again it closed higher, and again the same formula, it breached the high of recent one and made a new high. You can clearly observe here. Let me draw it again. And if you observe here, this low and every low, okay, it is some sort of equal low. Okay, we're going to also discuss about this. And you can see every high is also higher, so it's completely in a higher low and higher high formation. So it is in uptrend formation. So it is in uptrend. So if you see, we also call it as impulse move, correction, impulse move, correction, impulse move, and correction. So we usually call this. So now let me show you. If you see, why I am saying this higher lows are value areas. I have already said you, once I am discussing about types of trends, I have said you higher low is a value area. Why? Because now let me show you. Compare the rally in the upside, I'm talking about uptrend, please do remember that I'm talking about uptrend. If you see the impulse move and the correction move, which is the bigger one? If you see comparatively, the corrections of the trend are smaller compared to this rally. Okay, see, this particular impulse move is higher than this correction, so we usually see very less, very small range. So we also call it at counter trend. Okay, this is our main trend is in uptrend, and we call this as counter trend. Okay, we call this as counter trend. So way to trade, very simple. We should not trade whether you are beginner or you are a pro trader. If you are a pro trader, it's up to you. But if you are in the beginner stage, you should always trade in the direction of a trend. That's the reason I give you a quotation: trend is your friend until it's end. You never try to trade in this particular correction. So you can ask me, when we know that we're going to get some correction here, why we should not trade here? The simple reason is these particular swings, these particular corrections are very small compared to these big rallies. So we always want to trade in a direction of a trend. So very simple, how we should trade. Very simple. When you confirmed, okay, when you know this is forming a higher high and higher low formation, you should draw a trend line here. I will also show you in the example. After breaking this counter trend, we usually take the trend. So let me complete the example, then thereafter I will also show you how to trade as well. I hope you understood. So let's go to downtrend. And even here you can see this is a high and this is a low. And if you see clear structure, it made a low and went back. This is called correction, this is called impulse, and it made a lower high. Comparatively previous high, it is low. Okay, and again it made a lower low, and if you again compare with this is lower. So that the reason it made a lower low and lower high structure. And in the same manner, if you see this particular impulse move is bigger than compared to this correction. If you see in any trend, the corrections are very small. So that's the reason we don't trade these corrections. We try to trade the big, this trend. We try to ride the rally, not to get this small correction, right? So how to trade this, we have also explained in Fibonacci series. I'm gonna to also explain you about support and resistance, how to trade in this video. So if you see all these areas, okay, all these areas which are called as lower high. Okay, lower high is a value area in downtrend. Lower high is a value area in the downtrend. And I have also explained you that higher low is value area in uptrend. Okay, try to note it down. I will explain you in detail when we open our terminal, Fire's terminal. Okay, now let me compare this. You can see easy structure as I explained you. You can even see this is a lower high compared to this. Okay, do you agree with me? And you can see lower lows formation as well. You can see it's a lower low. Okay, and again this particular low is lower than the previous one. As I explained, you can clearly see that it's in a downtrend, so it's in a uptrend. See, sometimes we draw the lines, but not market will not be in that manner. In the live market, you should analyze this. You have to identify this lower highs and lower lows formation, and you should understand this is a downtrend. And if you see this type of market, this type of formation, then you should immediately understand it's in a uptrend. And you can see I have given here the trend refers to the market that is consistently making higher or lower prices, and uptrend is when the market makes higher lows and higher highs. When the market is making higher lows and higher highs, then that is to said to be as a uptrend, and when it forms lower lows and lower highs, that is said to be a downtrend. I am repeating this. I know if you know about this concept, you might feeling why are you repeating this, but my focus is something every beginner should learn this, why this course is designed for. So sorry for the inconvenience for the already members who know this, but I my intention is like everyone should learn this, and they should easily identify this type of formation. So I hope now you are able to find uptrend and downtrends. So let's move. This is sideways, as I explained you already. See, is there any particular trend you can see? Yes, we see sideways. Sideways. So if you see, this is a low, this is a high, and again it came to equal low again, and equal high, and it made a lower low, and again it made low, lower high. If this set to a downtrend, then it should again breach out this particular lower low, then we can say it again created a new lower low. So this is in downtrend, but it didn't break it, in fact it made a higher low. So this is called sideways, where we don't have any uptrend or downtrend. So usually people's lot of traders, consecutive traders, I said they say this as no trading zone, they avoid this, and we're gonna to also explain you what to do. So now let's see second segment, how to draw trend line. We usually find trend by using the trend lines. Trend lines are made for that. That's the reason they named this as trend lines. So these trend lines are favorite tools to identify the trend. And if you observe here, I said like as I shown in the example videos, you would not find same type of structure in the market, guys. That's the reality you should understand. This is low and this is high, and if you see, and it gave a higher low, and if you see again it high, this particular high is breached, so it's obviously higher high. And if you again see, this is higher low followed by a higher high structure, and here it failed. Okay, but still if you see equal low, okay, again it made a higher high, and again a small correction which lead higher low, and again a higher, and again a higher high. So this you have to recognize by, you can only recognize when you practice. Okay, so keep practicing these structures, then you will know. So now coming to how to draw a trend line. My personal view is no trend line is perfect. It's not an indicator, it's not an tool, it's not a script that whatever the trend line you drawn and what the trend line I have drawn should be similar. No way. Like everyone views, everyone psychology, everyone viewing vision will be different. Another one frequently asked question, let me solve that. After that I will go to this, that is whether we should join the bodies of the candle or wick. So see, I give importance to the both because somewhere trading activity have done here. That's the reason the wick is formed. So in my personal setup, I would give importance to the both. So it's matter what gives you the comfort. It's not like someone will draw a trend line like this. Let's say this is a trend line. Yes, if someone say this according to him, but I would prefer rather than drawing like that, I would go drawing trend line like this. I will adjust it like this. The reason is I want max number of touches. You can see we want number of touches. If you see here, we have number of touches to this particular line. So that's the main key important point I want to say here is make a trend line, draw a trend line in such a way it can touch maximum touch points. If you are drawing a trend line like this, like you are drawing it by keeping an intention, it should not breach our particular line. Yes, in this particular trend line, you can see I have drawn a trend line in such a manner where it can give the maximum touches. So let's also see some other. Rather someone drawing like this, I would go drawing this particular trend line in such a manner where I can get the maximum touches. You can see one touch here, second, third, almost four touches I have. So I usually prefer, this is my personal way which have given me the good result. Our intention should be to draw maximum trend lines, maximum touches. It should touch the maximum touches. Let us take an example. So if you see here, everyone have their own approach. Like let me draw a trend line like this. Okay, by taking two lines, and someone would draw a trend line like this. Okay, and someone would draw a trend line like this. So this is the one not appropriate because we don't have much touches. And the second thing, if you see this particular trend line, this both, you can see multiple touches. You can see multiple touch. So let me also remove this. If you see this particular trend line, we are getting maximum touches. So this is how I draw trend lines. So let's also see some other examples. And it is a question for you. If we see the touches, you can see one, two, three, four touches we have in this black line. And if you see one, two, three, four touches in this blue line. But if I make some modification, see, because my intention is I want maximum touches in a particular trend line. If you now see one, two, three, four, five, six, 7 touches. And moreover, let's say in some cases you have price action like this where you cannot include this swing low, and if we want to draw a trend from here, so my personal opinion is I give importance to the recent swings, not the previous swings. I give importance, more importance to the recent swings. And if you see this particular trend line, you we got multiple touches. So somewhere I feel this I give importance to blue, and I somewhere feel not a valid trend line this black line is. Apart of that, I also take indicators confirmation, that is EMA 20, 48, 105 and 200. So this EMA 20 I use for intraday trend, and 48 for swing, and 105 for positional view, and EMA 20 200 for long term view. So let me hide all this. You can also mark this, but for short term trend I use this 20 EMA and 48. And if I say like this particular, even this I take as a confluence, or like for better increasing my confidence on that particular decision, I use this as a confirmation, not for that. But if I feel these indicators are not looking good or lines disturbing the chart, so I would remove the indicators but not the trend line, because I give importance to the trend lines because it got the multiple touches here. The important concept, that is how we should draw the trend lines we have seen. Now where should we draw? In the particular downtrend. See, this is a downtrend. In the downtrend, you should join all, draw a line on the upside. Why? Because if you remember, I have clearly said you, in the downtrend the value area is lower high, and if you see all these lower highs are value areas. We will take the trade in two manner. One is at the rejection of this particular candle, or particular this trend line rejection, or we also trade if this particular trend reverse. trend reversal we're gonna to talk in a few minutes. So you always in a uptrend you should draw a trend line according to your value areas in any trend. In uptrend your higher low is your value area, so you would try to add your value area. You always, let's say this is a value area, so you should draw a trend line like this by connecting your value areas. So in order to draw a trend line you need minimum two touches. You need two swings to draw a trend line. Okay, so I hope you understood this. Now let's move to, yes guys, now see how to trade by using these trend lines. We gonna to don't worry about trading right now because the course is yet to complete. So make sure you watch all the videos in the second part. In this, after completing this course you will be able to take your own trades, but just now focus on the learning. But let me, as a part of content, let me explain you. Like in the uptrend, this is in the uptrend, right? Like if you see, it is forming higher highs and higher low structure. So as I said, this is the value area that I said, this is higher low. And if you see how to trade this, we, as I said, you should not trade in this counter trade. So you just need to draw a trend line like this, and once it break you have to trade that one, and you have to draw a trend line like this, and once it breaks you can trade this. So just you have to draw a trend line to your counter trend, and once it break you can trade here. So let's also see some more examples. See, this is complete sideways market where we avoid trading. As I said, we don't trade in the sideways. And let's take some more examples. This is downtrend, right? See, this is a downtrend. If we draw a trend line like this, okay, this is a downtrend. So we draw a trend line in a counter trend like this. We draw a trend line counter trend. We draw a trend line in a counter trend. After breaking this counter trend line we get a good momentum, you can see here. Okay, in the similar manner, if you draw a trend line, because overall trend is negative and I want more touches, so I will just say that. And in the similar manner, if it forming the higher in the uptrend, you have to draw a trend line like this, counter trend line, and you have to trade. Even in the present market, if you should just draw the trend line and this. And as of now, don't worry about this. We have a dedicated series about Fibonacci, and we already completed. You go and watch that, how to know how to take entries in particular trend. And we also gonna to add support and resistance concept to this, and we gonna to release a particular strategy for this. Don't hurry up, keep focus on just learning now. And as soon as this complete course completes, then you can take trades independently. So before moving further, if you have not yet joined our Telegram channel, you can see the Indus Trader is our Telegram channel. Channel link is also in the description, and you can see here we give updates through the voice messages, and we also post our view about the market, and sometimes we also share the important learning chats. Like you can see we have shared some chats here. This is one channel where you can grab the knowledge most. If you have not yet joined, please do consider joining our free channel. And coming to, we also have a premium channel. Recently we have given a call on PSB, Punjab Sind Bank. You can see we have given entry about 25, and if you see the recent chart of this particular, it almost reached our target 44 from 25, almost 78 returns. And not about that, we also give important learnings like you can see we have given national aluminum forming a W pattern here along with Fibonacci. This is how we try to teach you and provide you knowledge in this. Especially we have also happy with this Hind Petro. We have invested it on 7 December, and we exited within 4 to 5 days with 8% returns. So if you want to join this premium channel, very simple, these are some links of the brokerages, and if you open your trading Demat account using these links and send us the screenshot, and the condition is you have to trade in that. See, anyhow you need a Demat account to trade, and if you trade through our Demat accounts, it will help us and it will support our channel, and you can also take the support of our premium membership also. I hope you consider this links and open your Demat accounts to get that benefits, and let's continue. Third segment, that is trend reversal. Now let's see trend reversal. I have taken Nifty weekly chart as reference, and if you see this particular, by seeing this particular chart formation, you can clearly say that this is in a, comment me fast, pause the video and comment me. The right answer is this is in the downtrend, exactly, because it's making lower low and lower high formation. And what is our value area in this particular downtrend? Our value area is lower high, right? So we have to draw a trend line at our value area. So I have drawn this. Now if you observe here, we have also got a breakout here. So should we trade at this zone? Should we trade at with this zone? Can we confirm this as a reversal? No, right? We cannot trade according to this breakout. Why? The reason is this may become false breakout, and it may come back into this channel and it may trade. So how to take the confirmation of trend reversal? So that's very simple. You have to draw a line on recent value area. That is, this is in a downtrend, and if you see, this is the recent lower high. Okay, this is the recent lower high, and you have to draw a line here. And once this particular structure breaks, so very important observation here. If you see, the particular Nifty is trading in a downtrend, that is making lower lows and lower highs, and in particular this range, if you see, it break the recent value area, that is lower high, and from there in this particular pullback we will take the trade. Okay, and thereafter you see it completely changed the formation. From here, if you see, this is the low and this is high, and again this is higher low, and this is higher high, and again this is higher low, and you can see the blast here. That's very important. The trend reversal, important to identify the trend reversal is very simple. You have to draw the line, and important observation you have to keep that is all these value areas gonna to act as important support and resistance for further also. Because why these candles are formed here? Because it's it's very important. You need a very strong candle to break a recent higher low formation in a downtrend. Okay, so in uptrend it's completely reverse. In uptrend, let's say stock is moving like that, and you will draw your trend line here, and this particular recent swing, that is value area is higher low, you will not consider it should make, it should break this higher low and it should make a new formation. That is, from higher high to, it should change from lower low to lower high when it changing from downtrend to uptrend. And if it changing from uptrend to downtrend, then it should make lower lows lower highs is the formation, and it will change to higher lows to higher highs formation. I have clearly shown here. So I have given also a important learning that this further all these labels gonna to work as important support and resistance. So let us see. This I have shown, I have pointed here recent, and if you see further, it have taken the support here. You can clearly see here, and if you scroll, you can clearly see what after this fall. You can see the fall from there. After even that fall, it started to, it took the support, and again you can see the rally. So that important these lines are. In a trend, all the swing highs, in a downtrend, all the swing highs are gonna to act as a resistance, and in a uptrend, all the swing lows are gonna to act as a support. Is the trend reversal happened here? Is that happened? Is the formation changed from lower low, from this higher high higher low structure to lower low lower high? No, because if you see, if I draw a trend line here, it did not break our value area, that is higher low. And now most important observation where lot of people have a doubt about particular different type of trends in different time frames. So let me explain you by comparing it side to side. Yes, taking Bank Nifty as reference weekly time frame, if you see this particular structure is forming lower lows and lower highs. Don't you feel that this particular swing? I'm marking this, and let me show you side to side. This is hourly. Yes, we got here. You can see this is Fire's platform. Okay, if you see, don't you feel that this particular here is this particular swing? Okay, if I draw here, it will show in the both. This particular swing is higher high and higher low formation. Don't you think that? Right? So it's not like, if higher time frames are showing one trend, it's not necessary that lower time frames also show the same trend, because different time frames have different trend. This is the live example I have shown here. In this particular, in the weekly time frame, it is in low, it is in downtrend, but if you see in hourly time frame, it is clearly in a uptrend. So this is the importance you have to learn, and next video is on time frames. There I would explain everything about time frames, and which time frame should be used for scalping, which time frame should be used for intraday, positional, swing and long term. We're gonna to discuss everything about that. After this video, we're gonna to upload that video. Yes guys, before moving further, this is our app, the Indus Trader. The link is in the description, and just download this app. We have a free webinars in this app. Just download it. We get a premium content in this only for the members who have downloaded this app. So let's continue. I hope you like the video. If you like this video, see, we keep lot of efforts to make this video, so your likes keeps us motivate. Do comment how you feel this video, and I know still lot of doubts are remaining about trend lines. If so, post your doubts in the description. I make a separate Q&A for this. So I will see you in the next video. Until then, we are signing off. Jai Hind.